Hi guys, welcome to 365 Mag. My name's Alex Thompson and we're here with the Exploited label. We've got Homework, we've got Shere Khan and we've got the Adana twins. Here we have Shere Khan who's going to tell us a bit about the label and how it all got started.
Well, the label got started in 2007. I remember at that time, I'm from Berlin. I was a little bit bored with the typical minimal techno sound. There was like minimal techno everywhere in all the clubs. So as a DJ, I was always more the kind of eclectic DJ. And I thought like, I want to have a label that represents the sound that I play in the club. And the eclectic sound wasn't so big in 2006. And in 2007, I put out a compilation called Maximize. And at that time, it was kind of like a statement against minimal techno. I think the sound changed a little. I was more into electro in the beginning. I put out one of the first records from Zero Smooth, for example, who's releasing now on Monkey Town, Mode Selector's label. I also put out some stuff on Adam Sky, who used to be known as Adamski, who made this track Killer in the 80s. And I remember then at some point I also got bored of this kind of like banging electro sound. And I met some guys from Amsterdam called Homework, and they had a fresh new sound. I think at that time it was also a little bit more tropical house, and I signed actually their first record called Fissurtune. And there was a turning point for the label. It was around like 2 years ago, I think, and we got a little bit more housey. And I must confess, I am actually a hip-hop DJ that kind of got into electro and house a little later. So everything I did always had this kind of hip-hop approach, like mixing fast, and then realized, okay, with house you have to wait a little bit with the mixes, you can't mix that fast, and we got deeper and deeper, not totally deep, but still with a kind of humor. And with Homework, some doors opened for me. I met Adana twins from Hamburg. We kind of exchanged, became an international family, like Homework from Amsterdam, Adana twins from Hamburg, Kokolores from Munich, Joyce Moniz from Vienna. And yeah, right now we are in 2012. This year was really good for us. We had some big chart hits at Beatport, like 4 or 5 top 10 hits. And for example, Adana Twins had this hit Strange this year. And yeah, I remember like 1.5 years ago, they were still locals in Hamburg, and now they tour the whole world.
Wow, fantastic. Say that back, thank you. So yeah, we'll start off with you guys, the locals from Amsterdam. How's it been? So you met him, everything kicked off. How did you guys get into it? What was your inspiration, and what's been happening ever since you started?
Okay, that's a lot of questions in one row. So yeah, let's just start with our own story. We started out in November. It's 5 years, right?
Yeah, 5 years ago, I think.
Yeah, we started out as well, mainly electro DJs. And when we got, well, exactly as Shere Khan said, we kind of got bored with the whole sort of banging stuff, and we switched to house. And at that time we were also producing music, and one of the first tracks we produced within our new sort of musical spectrum was Fissurtune, and that came out unexploited with a couple of other tracks. And that was received rather well, and then we got booked internationally, even more than we got booked in Amsterdam. And so it took a while for us to really find our ground over here, but now it's I think it's 50-50, like internationally and in Amsterdam and in the rest of Holland. But then we released Hudson Square EP, which was, I think, that got a lot of recognition, also in the vinyl scene, and from then on we just try to sort of keep evolving or keep finding new things to do with our sound, or just find a new sound, because we come from a record store background, so we have this really big spectrum of history like behind us through all the things we saw in a record store, and kind of like take that and find new things, something like that.
Fantastic. So you told us a bit about the past. So what are you currently up to? What are your current projects? Are you touring? What's going on with you nowadays?
Well, we've got probably a tour in America coming up, where we're gonna visit New York, Chicago, Houston, and LA, right?
And maybe San Francisco.
Maybe San Francisco, but it's not all we're not sure yet. And we're also working on an album right now, which is probably going to come out in March next year on Exploited. And we're still working on it a little bit. It's sort of finished as well. And yeah, the thing is that we don't really stick to one sort of sound actually. So we wouldn't, it's not gonna be like an album where we're gonna say, let's say, deep house or techno or whatever. We're just gonna do whatever we like, and yeah.
Fantastic. So diversity is the key, and you're going to be touring around America. So good luck with that, and I hope you have a fantastic time. We'll move on to the Adana Twins now. You guys have been blowing it up quite a bit. Would you like to tell us how you guys met, how you started, and yeah, just what's been going on with you guys?
Yeah, yeah, we both met each other when we studied graphic design in Hamburg. And in this time, we also made some parties together, only for the students. But the parties went bigger and bigger. And one day, the owner of the food club in Hamburg asked us, "Hey, maybe you can do parties there." And on these parties, we started to DJ together. And then one time, a girlfriend of Friso came and asked us, "Hey, can you DJ at my party?" And we said, "Yeah, of course, we DJ at your party." But then she said, "Okay, but you need a name for your flyer." And we say, "Oh, we need a name for your flyer. Yeah, that's good." And then we went to our famous, to our favorite Turkish restaurant and ordered some Adana kebab. And while we were waiting, we were thinking about names. How can we name us? House Brothers or Bounce Brothers? And
your real name.
yeah, because I think that's stupid to think about an own name. That's so I don't know. And then suddenly the two pieces of meat arrived, and we say, "Oh, look, they look like twins." We looked at each other. Hey, we are also looking like twins. So, okay, stop thinking and just name us Adana Twins. Yeah.
It was a bit like, let's be funny. Let's start for the beginning as Adana Twins, but as you know, at the end it never goes away. So we still the Adana Twins. Like.
Yeah.
That's a great story. That's the best name I've heard. So what are your projects now? What are you working on? Are you touring as well? What do you have going on for 2013?
Much, because we are touring much. We have an Australia tour in December, and we are almost every weekend from Thursday to Sunday away to the whole year. We have no free date this year anymore. And yeah, we just finished a collabo with Robosonic, and this one, yeah, really good friends.
Guys.
Because we really like this track, and Sing Wolf and Lamp is already playing it, and we just found the video and we were totally amazed. Wow, what is that? And then we are working now on a track for Judy Records. Then we have to finish a remix for Amine Edge and for Larsa. And also we have to do a new EP for this man.
Exploited.
Yeah.
That sounds great. So super busy.
And on Monday was the release date of our remix for the lovely Kasper Björke from Copenhagen. Nice one.
So be sure to check that out, everyone. So let's go a bit more personal. What advice would you give to upcoming DJs and producers? Like how would they get to where you're at today?
I think just do your sound, do what you like, don't look to too many trends, or just do the music you really like, and yeah, I think
what you
that's,
feel, yeah.
And I think it's very important that you don't want too much. So we only had this attitude that we don't want to be a big superstar DJ. We say, okay, just make music, just DJing, and look how the things are coming up. So, and for us it was not a big, now it's a big breakthrough, but we are almost since 5 years DJing together, and we were continuously, is that the right word, on the same level, and we are growing and growing because we don't want it too much. Okay, then we were lucky with the 2 hits, but we never said, okay, now we want to be a superstar DJ. So I think that's
take your time.
Take your time, yeah, and when it's good, the people will like it, and you will go up.
Fantastic. Thank you. Any advice from you?
Well, I think you just have to stay original and like don't copy anybody, and just be a little bit relaxed. And yeah, like Friso or Benny said, like you just like don't have to be like think you be the next superstar. Just like try to be like a little bit more cool and like just do what you love.
Thank you. And any tips from you guys?
Drink a lot of vodka. That's good. Just to start off with. I don't know. Maybe you should copy things. I always had the feeling that in the beginning. Come on, boy. Come on. In the beginning, I always started copying things when I was really young, like trying to make things you could not make, and then eventually I ended up making something that was original, just because I didn't have that much talent. Because the things that I really liked had loads of talent. So sometimes that helps, but I don't know. It's don't follow the whole. Don't be getter. I think that's the only advice I can give. Don't be getter. But be Avicii. Yeah, way better. There you go.
Well, thank you guys so much. Here we go.
I think there's maybe a funny story about us four. So we get we get in contact before Exploited Records. So we booked this nice and beautiful guys, and I think it was a bit the sound evolution. The sound evolution was maybe a bit the same with us. In the same time. So it was the same in Amsterdam than in Hamburg. So that's quite nice. So I think we get a good connection to each other.
Yeah, but it was also because I think it was also because we had the same realization at the same time. Yeah. But right at the right moment. Yeah. Because if we would have been later, we would have been like, oh yeah, you're doing the deep house thing right now. And now we were like really making a decision that we were bored with something which was still really hot. Yeah. I mean, if we would have still been making or playing electro, we would have been getter.
Well, thank you guys so much for stopping by. This has been the Exploited crew. Thank you from 365 Mag.